Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves recently. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC, announcing her decision to freeze her eggs. And not just that, she's sharing the entire process online. Personally, I think this is a bold move, and it's sparking some really important conversations. But let's break it down and talk about why this matters, what it reveals, and what it means for all of us. First off, what makes this really interesting is the way AOC is framing this decision. She's not just saying, "Hey, I'm freezing my eggs." She's turning it into a moment of empowerment and education. In her Instagram stories, she talks about how this choice makes her feel more in control of her life. From my perspective, this is huge. It's a direct pushback against the idea that women's lives, especially their reproductive choices, should be dictated by external pressures or societal timelines. AOC is saying, "I'm taking charge," and that's a message that resonates deeply, especially in a political climate where reproductive rights are under constant attack. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. AOC isn't just making a personal choice, she's making it public. She's showing the medications, the syringes, the process, even joking about starting an ASMR egg freezing channel. What this really suggests is that she's trying to demystify the process. One thing that immediately stands out is how little information is out there for women considering this option. AOC herself mentioned she's been saving for this for a long time, and yet, there's a lack of accessible, honest dialogue about it. By sharing her journey, she's filling that gap and normalizing a conversation that's often shrouded in silence. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. AOC is a congresswoman, a public figure, and a woman in her mid-30s. What many people don't realize is how her decision intersects with so many broader issues. For one, it highlights the challenges working women face when it comes to family planning. She's literally giving herself injections in a dressing room before a major interview, and she calls it badass. And honestly, it is. But it also raises a deeper question: why should women have to juggle so much just to have options for their future? This isn't just about AOC, it's about the systemic barriers women face in balancing careers, personal lives, and reproductive choices. Another detail I find fascinating is how AOC ties this into her political work. During her ABC interview, she explicitly connects her decision to the current state of reproductive rights in the U.S. She's saying, "Look, in a country where women's bodies are under attack, we need to talk about these things openly." In my opinion, this is leadership. It's not just about making policies, it's about living them, embodying them, and showing people why they matter. AOC is using her platform to challenge stigma, educate, and inspire, all while navigating her own life choices. Of course, the reaction to her announcement has been mixed, but the praise she's received is telling. People like Amanda Littman and Xochitl Hinojosa have thanked her for her honesty and vulnerability. This speaks to a larger hunger for authenticity in public figures. We're tired of polished, curated narratives. We want to see the real struggles, the real decisions, and the real humanity behind the people we look up to. AOC is delivering that in spades. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a story about one woman freezing her eggs. It's about control, agency, and the power of sharing our stories. It's about challenging societal norms and creating space for conversations that desperately need to happen. Personally, I think AOC's decision is a masterclass in how public figures can use their platforms for good, not just by advocating for change, but by living it. So, here's my closing thought: what if more leaders followed AOC's example? What if we normalize talking about these taboo topics not just in private, but in public? I'm not saying everyone needs to share their personal journeys online, but imagine the impact if we could have these conversations without shame, without judgment, and with a real desire to understand and support one another. That's the kind of world AOC is pushing us toward, and honestly, I'm here for it. What about you?